Hello, my name is Vince CERF. I'm Vice President and Chief Internet Evangelist at Google. And I want to thank my good friend Nee Quainer for inviting me to say a few words at the Africa Internet Summit here in 2025. I wish I could be there with you. It's been a while since I've been in Ghana. But since I can't be there in person, you'll have to put up with virtual event. I'm very, very glad to know that there is a summit and that you'll be discussing the importance and value of having a functioning, affordable, and reliable internet across the continent. I've been spending a lot of time in the Internet Governance Forum. As you know, there was a meeting in Oslo in June, and the World Summit on the Information Society is having its 20th year review this year, as I'm sure many of you also know. And the further and continued operation of the IGF will be the subject of part of the WSIS Plus 20 review, among many other topics that need to be considered. AFNOG is a very important part of the operation of the internet in Africa, and I look to all of you to do as much as you possibly can to assure that internet is available and meaningfully useful to everyone who has access to it. There's a great deal to be done there. Internet doesn't work without electricity, for example, and so having ample and reliable electrical power is certainly part of the story. Of course, connectivity is another important part. Internet exchange points can often be critical places where multiple operators of internet services can meet and interconnect in an efficient way. So looking for IXPs in critical places, I think, is also an important part of the agenda. I also realize that in order to have internet running reliably, we need engineers that are trained to build and operate pieces of it and find ways to interconnect. That means that the academic community and the research and education networks in Africa have a lot to contribute. A continuing stream of qualified engineers who are ready to take their place in internet operation is also going to be vital, to say nothing of increasing the wireless access to the network for convenience and reliability, whether that means 4G or 5G or someday 6G or Wi-Fi or both, and maybe even low Earth orbiting satellites in addition to everything else, plus subsea cables, plus land-based cables and optical fiber networking. All of these ingredients are an important part of making the internet useful. So I look to you and the Africa Internet Summit for outlining steps that still need to be taken to assure that the infrastructure, physical infrastructure, and the institutional infrastructure of internet in Africa is solid and secure and sustainable. So I'm looking forward to hearing the results of AIS, the Africa Internet Summit. And in the meantime, I'll look forward to meeting some of you on the net.